What's up, guys? Garrett here again with another sourcing video. Just gonna hop into the computer and kind of explain how I source and whatnot. So let's go. What I do, Keepa, Keepa and Flipmine. Those are my two, uh, I guess, sites that I use the most. They're they're just kind of the go-tos for me right now. Flipmine I just recently added because it's a little expensive. It's 49, I think 49 something a month, um, which it does pay for itself. But it does. I most of my books I find on Keepa. That might be just because that's where I've got the most experience. Like I'm sure that I could probably find more on Flipmine if I had more of an understanding of it. But I've only got really two main tabs that I use for Flipmine. One for books and one for DVDs and I think CDs as well. Or no, I think it's just DVDs. You can narrow that down with Flipmine and whatnot. 10 no plus shipping. 39. This one's not bad. There's 9 people on it. How many primes? If you're sending books into FBA, really your competition is the prime. So see this, the lowest prime is 125, which is ridiculously high. This book is not going to sell for that. Then it goes from the price that I could buy it at, which is, what is that? That's 13.96. So it goes from 13.96 up here to the 39 and 40s. So let's go. This might be a good one. 13.96. We'll just say 40. So if we got it at 40 price, it'd be 9.43. Is that kind of realistic? See, like this 125 price, I just don't see it getting sold at that price. I could probably push this up to like the 60s though. It's sold right here at 65, 61. Let's see what the historical data is. Ooh. Oh. I'm gonna say no on this just because of this historical data. You could definitely sell this. It's definitely shoot. I might change my mind. It's a risky. This one's more risky than usual, just because back here its price is below $10 for so long. So that might be its regular price, or that might be the true price of it is below $10. But for the last year, it looks like a little over a year, it's been up here in the 60s and in the 40s. I think I'm going to go ahead and try it. I think that I'll be able to get this sold, especially since this is good condition. Oh, wait, did I already do it? Nope, someone hopped on it already. Took too long to make my decision. That is the side effect of looking into something too much. Keepa I've found is pretty competitive. Like there's quite a bit of people that are using it, doing the technique that I'm doing. Flipmine, not so much. It's not super heavy on the competition. At least from what I've seen. Maybe other people have had different experiences. And this is for books and used DVDs. I'm not selling new stuff. I think that there probably a little more competition if you're trying to sell new and whatnot. I think that there might be varying with the competition at least. Deals. Let's see. This one's okay. No, I'm gonna say no on this one because it does look like there was a sell right here at 80, but then back here it's like at 9 and 16, and that's within the year. And it just doesn't sell hardly at all. Doesn't look like there's many sellers on it, but I'm gonna pass on it. That one's close. Just no. Find the reasons not to buy something, and then you can kind of weigh out your risk tolerance after that, because it's not, you don't want to look for the reasons to buy something, because if you do that, then you're gonna make bad buys on one reason to buy it, but you ignored all the reasons not to buy it. Because there's always give and take. Very rarely is there a perfect book or DVD that you're like, oh man, it checks all of my boxes. It's very rare to find. Find the ones that check most of your boxes, and then have like one box unchecked. Like for example, it's like it's selling super fast, the price is there, but there's quite a bit of people on it. But because it sells so fast, you'll probably be all right. You know what I'm saying? That, like, it's not checking all the boxes. It would be ideal if it sold fast, sold for a great price, and there was hardly anybody on it. That's the ideal situation. Not a situation that you're always going to get. Let's see. 56, 23.92. Let's see. 23.92 and 56. This one's borderline. I'm gonna pass on it. I have this book in stock right now, so I want to wait till it sells. I've sold it before. I know it will sell, but I don't want to stack up a whole bunch of inventory for one book and then sit and wait. With some books, I know that they'll sell a certain amount of times, within a month. That book, it'll sell, but might take a month or 2 or 3. It's not a good decision for me, at least, to make a buying decision and then make a buying decision on the thought that, okay, I'll sell one in like 3 months, and then if I buy this one, I might sell another one in the second one in 4 or 5 months. It just doesn't make sense. I'd rather put that money into something else that could sell quicker. That's what I've learned my lesson in going deep. Like anytime with books, at least, anytime I sell a book and it sells really fast, and then I buy it again, it sells really fast, and then I go deep on it. I've gotten caught up with a whole bunch of inventory on one book because I bought like 10 of them, and now they're not selling. With books, it's sometimes demand is there, sometimes it's not. I mean, it varies by book, obviously, but just gotta be careful going deep on books. They vary in their demand very much. And if it's a book that just moving like crazy, the competition is going to be high. It's probably still selling in stores, so it's going to be really hard to make any profit off of it. But, not all books are created equal, that's for sure. Not finding anything. This morning I was killing it. I found so many books this morning, and I had to kind of calm myself down from buying so much, which is a good problem to have, but also it is a problem to have. Let's see here, checking everything out. Not seeing nothing. I think we're gonna move on. Let's check out the movies. I didn't buy a whole lot of DVDs today for FBM. If you haven't watched some of my other videos, I encourage you to do so. But I buy books and I send those books to my prep center, and then they prep them and send them to FBA, and then I buy DVDs and CDs and send them to myself so I can FBM it, or sometimes if it's better to do so, I throw it on eBay. That's kind of been my business model for the last few months. I like the FBM just because it brings the money back a little faster. You'll get that. If you sell it, you'll get that money within the week. With FBM, with FBA, and it takes a while, It takes a while to check in. It takes a while to sell, and then it also takes a while for them to give you the payout. And, that's good for long term. That's why I think it's a good, healthy mix for me, at least, to have, books going to FBA, so I got the good long tail, slow and steady, income there, and then FBM, I can get that quick turnaround money as quick as I can. But that does mean that I have a decent little stack of DVDs sitting in my house, because it's kind of the same concept as books. Like if you got 100 books in inventory sitting in Amazon, you're not going to be making a whole lot of sales. But you get closer to that 1,000 mark, you're getting quite a few sales per day. And then obviously the more you have, the more sales you have, yada yada. But you definitely have to build up that inventory. At first, you're going to be like, this doesn't work. I don't get any sales with this. And then as your inventory grows, you'll start seeing, 5, 10 products a day sold. And then as you get in closer to the 2,000 mark, then you get more and more. And, it's all about volume with this game. You don't want to, narrow yourself down too much. Go wide as possible. Don't go deep. Don't buy 10 books of the same book just because it sold, 2 times. Because I've done that. And right now, actually, I'm sitting on, there's one book that I've bought 11 of because I sold it twice in the same month. And I was like, oh, this is a great book. I'm going deep, and then I bought 11 of them, and now they haven't sold for like 3 months. Like, oh no, I'm caught, and I'm just hoping that there's going to be some sort of demand eventually for it. That is one thing that a book will vary in its demand, because you'll get someone like me. If I'm able to get 11 of them and like thinking that's a great deal, I'll buy 11 of them and throw them on there, and then the supply's too high, and that drives the price down. Because I think that I wasn't the only one that thought that same thing. You know how it is, and some other people jumped on it, and then now the prices tanked, and I'm praying that I can get something going, something moving at least. Did I buy this earlier? I feel like I bought this earlier. I did buy this, not earlier, but on January 25th. Do I still have this? Let's check out the inventory here. I don't. I must have sold it. Yep, I sold for $38. So if I can get it for let's see. That's 14, 15, 23. I got it for $5. 15.23. And I sold it for 38. I mean, it's not bad. When did I sell it? Hold on. I sold it $4.29. So it took me, I sent it in on February 11th. So it took me a little over 2 months to sell this. Might be a good FBM product though. Let's check eBay out. Make sure I can't get it for slightly cheaper. Maybe I can sell it on here. No, I can't. Let's see here. It's very good condition. It's overstocks. I've had some issues with their products showing up, but it doesn't mean that, I don't think it's their fault. I don't know. Are they like across the seas? Let's see. Yep. That's the one problem with buying like products from overseas is, it gets lost sometimes, and you're kind of screwed when that happens. You can get a refund. That's what I'm like dealing with them right now, getting my refunds back. Do I want to do that? Yeah, I'll do it. Screw it. Might as well. Let's see here. It's 15.23. Is that what I thought it was gonna be? Yep, 15.23. And then hopefully get it sold for 38. And then also you come down here and you can click this to FBM, and I have FBM cost at 760, which would be more like $5 for shipping and stuff. And then it's a little bit higher, not like a huge amount, but it's definitely much better because I think like look, you're taking out storage fee, you're taking out well obviously prep fee, inbound shipping, you're taking out a lot. And then if we look at fulfillment, FBA, referral fee, what is that? Oh, I guess you're. Oh yeah. So we're adding that in, adding storage fee, and I guess that. Yeah, looking at that, it's like man, the FBA fulfillment fee is a lot. I mean, as long as it's not sitting for a while, because I mean, look at the storage fee; it's 2 cents. Like it sat there for a little over 2 months. So at the most, I paid 6 cents for storage. Like that's not something that it's gonna make a huge difference. But yeah, we'll do this. See what happens. Get another FBM in. I've been really enjoying FBM. Not gonna lie, it's really nice to have that money come back so quickly. But I won't get this for a while. I don't remember what it said, but it's gonna be a minute since it's coming from Manchester, England. Takes a while for that, but I'm okay with taking a little bit. Waiting, patience is the key. 44, 43, 44. It's overstocks again. So this makes me nervous because I bought 3 products from them one time, and all 3 of them got lost. It's like, oh man, I'm not even eligible to sell this. Let's see, hop over to eBay, just check it out for a second. You got 2. Nope, that's a no on that product. I'll every now and then I'll sell products on eBay. My inventory is definitely not as big as Amazon by any means, but it is nice to be able to have that option to throw products on there whenever I need, because there's some products that just do better on eBay. I don't really know why. I guess it's just the marketplace that's deciding the price, and eBay's decided it's higher. Because you're gonna have people who, like me for example, I'm Amazon. Like anytime that I need to buy something, I look on Amazon and see, like, do they got it? And most of the time they do. And then there's some people who are like that, but with eBay, that their first thought is, I'm gonna check eBay, see what price I can give it, and they'll go there. Really, what someone should do is check both sites and try to find the cheapest route, but because there's some products that are just stupid expensive on Amazon, and then vice versa with eBay. I bet you this is overstocks. How much you want to bet? Oh no, these people, I've lost a lot of shipments with them. They're definitely overseas in Germany. I'm not a fan of that. Again, not their fault. Not trying to hate on their company, but I try to stay away from the overseas people that I've lost a lot of packages and stuff. I'm guessing it just gets smashed. I've had perhaps products show up from overseas that are just destroyed, and they just put them in a little, not even a bubble mailer. They put them in like a little sleeve to ship across seas. It's like, what were you thinking? I mean, must not have been at all or something. I don't know. I don't know what they were going for. But it wasn't good. Let's see here. Way I am. Rascals. And once again, just like on all the other videos, I always explain that I'm just going through and checking out that bottom right graph down there. at this point, I've gotten to the point where I can, see a graph and understand if I'm gonna like it or not. There are graphs that are gonna be like, oh, well, let's look into this. You gotta look a little deeper, and then you dig a little deeper, and you find out like, oh, reason why it's so cheap is because it's an acceptable book or something, and you can take that risk on acceptable books. I do sometimes with, especially with Goodwill. Goodwill, they seem to, you know, under condition their products. They don't always condition their products to where, they try to do it under. That way they have less negative comments because they probably get a lot because they're so big and they go through a whole bunch. So I've had Goodwill screw me over where they sent me just a tattered up book and then they were like, oh, it was very good. It's like, you were wrong about that one, but but most of the time they under condition their books, which is a good thing. Kind of good practice for me. Whenever, I mean, my prep center will, condition my stuff, but for me, whenever I have to condition something, I always go good. If it's not good condition and it's under good, unless it's like borderline good, acceptable, I won't even list it. I'm not trying to deal with acceptable stuff. My prep center will do acceptable, and I just kind of don't even take that in consideration. I just price it like it's a good book. That might hold me from getting sales, but it seems to do right for me. Let's see here. Hoping Keepa product finder would do me good. This one's close if it doesn't have shipping added. Does have shipping added, of course. New is 63 up here. Man, there hasn't been a sale in 3 months. It's because it's been inflated. So it looks like the usual price is around the 35 mark. And if we get this at 1367, 13.67, and then I'm getting it to 35. Yeah, no, not quite there. Try to stay above 50% ROI. Just seems to be the sweet spot for me that way. Because I've lost money on books, but it's very rare. It's not a very common thing for me to lose money on books. And I think that's because I stay above the 50% ROI. Whenever I do get hugging that 50%, when I'm really close to it, that's whenever it gets a little sketch, whenever I have to drop the price and stuff. But if I hit like 100% ROI book, and then it's a lot easier to do so. I guess a lot easier to not lose money. This one's plummeted. It's because it's a 2021 to 2024, and there's a new 2024 edition out, and it just came out. Yeah, and look at that. See that offer count fucking rising like crazy, and this is dropping down. Yeah, no. Nope. Gotta watch out for those books that, because that one, it looks like a really good book, and you're like, oh, man, I might as well jump on that. And then you find out there's a newer edition, and then I'm still learning on how to kind of figure out the newer edition and stuff, because it's nuanced. If I've had, people tell me that, look back at whenever the first book came out, the new book came out, look back and see when it came out, did the book you're looking at get sales? And if it did, then you should be good. But I don't know. It sketches me out to do stuff like that, Don't like to sorry, my scanner for some reason just randomly beeps like that. I don't know why, but it randomly does. It's not even plugged in right now, and it's beeping. I don't know. Anyways, that's the name of the game. Just, buy your books at the highest you can. ROI wise, and then try to, go off of that and try not to lose money, I guess, is the name of the game. So let's go up to 30, between 20, 30, and then we'll hit 70. 394 books. I know that these DC and Marvel books, I'm gated. Excuse me. I'm gated on Amazon to sell most of them. See, I'm not eligible to sell it. So I've been selling them on eBay if it, makes sense. Does not look like this one's going to make sense. Let's see, the solds. Got 8 of them at that low price. Randomly 100. It pops up every now and then, but it looks like the usual price is pretty low, so that's a no on that one. But I do like doing that. I do like buying those comic books and selling them on eBay because they sell, man. They sell really well. I've got a good little stack right now of them. Let's see. Ludo Bites. Cookbooks usually do good. Not all of them, but a lot of them do really good in January. I'm not really sure why. Like December, end of December, beginning January. I don't know why, but that's like the time that they would like really pop off. As you can see for this one, it goes from 11 down to like nobody, and people are struggling to keep it in stock after that. Let's look here. It looks like Amazon went out of stock here. Looks like we got a dip here. Yep, January. Got a dip here. Oh, that's July. That's random. It's 25. This is I don't know about this one. A little too close for comfort. If it was below like $15, then yeah, I'd be going for it. But since it's 25, because it does hang out here quite a bit down here in the 20s and stuff. It always seems to come back, but like right here, like if it comes up to 38, it's not worth it to me. And this is the December and then January. Okay, so like, I guess it does. Well, this one in January didn't pop up very high, and it looks like the offer count was up there in the 20s. Yeah, no, I'm gonna stay away from it. Anything new on Flipmine? Got one thing new. Yeah, no, not gonna work. With Flipmine, I'm always looking right here for the lowest used price, because Flipmine's you're like, for me, I have my criteria set at below $15 in eBay price and above 60. So I'm looking over here. I see the eBay price is $9.23, so that's below 15. And then as I'm letting Keepa load, the first thing I'm looking at is this right here, because this is the lowest price that you can get it at the moment. And if it's below the price that you can get it for on eBay, most likely you're gonna see a flat line like this, that it really doesn't have anything good to it. The reason why it probably set off on the Flipmine is, I'm guessing, this new price. I don't know. This one's confusing me as to why it's on here. Because usually it's got like well, let's look at the buy box. No, it's at 13. I don't know. That's a weird one. I don't know why. Because usually it has like this buy box right here is like way up here for like $50, but the real price is down here at $5. Yeah, I don't know. I can't explain that one. It's a weird one. There's some things that you're not gonna be able to explain why the Keepa product finder is picking something up, or Flipmine is, sometimes the data is a little skewed, because these tools aren't perfect by any means. There's definitely flaws in them, but it's better to have them to guesstimate have an educated guess than it is to just kind of be winging it really hard. 9. This one's close. There's 16 people on it. How many prime offers are there? There's at least one. There's 7. Nah, get out of here. You could probably make that one work. Well, not really at $24. You still could make something off of it, but when the competition's so high, there's a high chance of it sitting for a good long while. And I like the move stuff. I have been getting in more to the, if y'all watch Joji Davenport, he goes for the higher end books that sell, like once or twice a year, but he's getting like 100% ROI, spending $100, you know what I'm saying? Like, so he's getting $100 back. So he's built up his inventory of, books like that, and, that works, but you need a little bit of capital to spend. For me right now, I have been dipping my toe into those type of books. Like this one's probably a decent example since there's only 4 people on it. And it doesn't really jump up too much, but no, this isn't a great example of it, I guess. But I have a healthy mix of both. You have the low end books and the high end books. The problem with the low end books is it's a lot of work. Like you sell 10 books, and you've made $100 off those 10 books or something. Or probably if you've sold 10, you probably made more than $10. But you have to go in and track and put in your Google spreadsheet that you sold those 10, and then it's just a lot of work for each book. So the more higher end books you can buy, the less work you have to do for more money. You get what I'm kind of saying there? And I know it's kind of confusing not to see it, but it makes sense. Retirement planning. This one doesn't look bad. $28. That offer count's rising like crazy. Yeah, no. It probably wouldn't be a bad one if that offer count wasn't going crazy. But all right, guys, I'm gonna call it good there. Got a lot of stuff to do today, so thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one. Later, guys.